Hello everybody and welcome to the channel and my review of Triangle Strategy, a game I was really looking forward to since it was announced, because I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy Tactics and Fire Emblem, all those kind of games, and this being kind of a spiritual successor of the first Tactics game, it's a big deal for me. So, first up, before I do everything else, the graphics. If you played Square Enix previously published title Octopath Traveler, you basically know how the game looks, as they are reusing the same game engine for this one. However, they did do a couple upgrades in my eyes. So the bloom effect is a lot less, what makes the game looks more natural, and in general, if you're like me and you love the way Octopath looked or you love pixel art games, you are going to love the graphics and the art style of the game just as much as I do. I am in love. To keep spoilers to a minimum, I will not discuss the story too much. The story is set on the continent of Nerzelia. After the end of the Salt Iron Wars 30 years ago, there arises a new conflict between the three countries, Glenbrook, Esphos and Hyzant. You take control of young Serenoa from House Wilford, who together with his childhood friend Robin, fiancée Frederica and House Steward Benedict has to navigate through a new conflict that will change the future of the continent. There are heavy themes of politics and racism in the story and class-based systems, just like in the very first Final Fantasy Tactics. The game plays it's very by the books. You got your basic map layouts with a grid where you and the opponents act turn by turn. You do not get to move all the characters at once. The way the next character in line is decided by the speed stat. At the bottom of the screen you have a turn order indicator, so you always know which character is next to move, which you can use this to plan out your attacks by, for example, killing the next enemy in line. Another mechanic which I find handy is the weakness indicator. If an enemy is weak towards an ability of your unit, it will be displayed on the map. This way it's easy to keep track of who's weak toward what. Like in some Fire Emblem games, your units can also work together. If you attack an enemy while one of your units is standing across from it, that unit will also attack the enemy with a basic attack. A good way to get some extra attacks in, but beware because enemy units can do the same trick as yours. But before you can go into battle, you have the deployment phase. Here you can choose which units you want to take with you. The game also recommends units that could be helpful for the battle, but you are free to take whoever you want. In this screen you can also look at all the stats and skills of the unit and change some of the equipment. You do not have to equip basic items like healing items, these are shared over all of the units. From here out you can also go to the encampment screen. The encampment is your base of operations and will grow in functions the further you get into the story. The basic features here are a shop where you can buy items, materials and equipment, a smith because every character has a weapon upgrade system to get more stats and skills, which you can upgrade the class of them as well. You can also get to fight mock battles through here. These are handy for gaining XP with the lower level units and to get resources. You can do a mock battle as many times as you want and they will add more into them as more chapters you will complete. Another shop you will unlock is the Kudo shop, called the Sundry shop. Here you can promote the class of your units and buy special QP orders which you can use in battle for special effects. A bit like orders in Valkyria Chronicles, if you know that game. Kudos are a special payment method you get to unlock when you do special trades in battle. Like if you do a backstrike or you use height in a consideration, or you can attack from a safe place with a mage, for example. All of those are gathered and you can use that in the Sundry shop. Besides battling, you sometimes get a chance to explore a bit of the world. Here you can run around on a small map interacting with NPCs and finding hidden items. This is a good way to gather intel about people and the world, which can come handy later on. You can also find shops with sometimes more rare items. At certain points in the game, your party is going to have a vote about which route you are going to take. You can influence your unit's vote by the intel you gather throughout the exploration. These votes will greatly alter the story, so if you want to experience the entire story, you will have to play multiple times. Even your main character has its own convictions, which will change the way NPCs see and behave around you in the game. To sum everything up, this is an amazing game. If you are a fan of the old Final Fantasy Tactics games, or Fire Emblem for the matter, you will absolutely love this game. Its pixel art looks really stunning, and the game proves that you can still build amazing old school tactical RPGs. With a solid battle system and progression system, is a must buy for everyone who loves a good tactical RPG. If you're not a fan of the genre, this will not be the game that will change your mind. This was my first impression / review of the game. I really hope you all liked it and will leave me a like and a subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all later in the next video, or hopefully on my Twitch channel, which you can find at twitch.tv/Mr_RPG. Thank you for watching, and I see you in the next one.